Fire Escape Academy inspector training video. We're here in Portland, Oregon. We got Pete.
Howdy.
And Pete, here's a great one. You're gonna love these because this is what you want to see out there.
Okay.
And that's when somebody comes in and says, you know what, I want to replace my fire escape. And I've replaced 100% of the fire escape and I want it to be galvanized.
Right.
So now, galvanized already is a protectant. You don't need any paint.
Right.
But galvanized, like any chain link fence, lasts how many years?
I don't know.
20 years.
20.
So guess what? This thing is going to start rusting if it's once it's 20 years.
Which
so
we're at about 15 now.
So you're 15. The best thing you can do right now with this fire escape to make it last 75 years is put a primer on it, and it does need a special primer that adheres to galvanize,
okay,
and then fully paint it. And this thing will outlast you and I and everybody else here. You leave it alone.
So you're going 20 years galvanized, then you're priming and painting?
No, I can galvanize. I can take a fire escape that's galvanized and paint it the first year. I don't have to wait 20 years. If I paint it right away after 1 year of it letting it, sort of, not oxidized, but this is an oxidization, but it gets a little surface rust, there's no more shine to it. It'll adhere the primer better to it. So right now, you're at the point where this fire escape must be primed and painted. Otherwise, in 5 years' time, it'll start the rusting process. Guess where? At the connection. So let's take a look at this.
You've already got, I can see at least a couple bolts.
Oh, you can, but let's take a look at this. But look up here. See the rust? See the rust up there?
Yeah.
Is that surface or connection rust?
Well,
it's galvanized, man. Dipped. It was dipped and sealed and galvanized.
It's got to be starting at a connection.
Right, but you think that's surface rust or connection rust?
Surface.
That's all surface, because this is galvanized. This is one of those rare beauties that the galvanization process seals it for 20 years. It's a bath, 700 degrees of galvanized bath. That's why it can just sit there for 20 years. You see, look at all the treads going up. You see any tears of any kind? So you see some surface light rust?
Maybe, yeah.
On the treads, but not in the connection. Any failure on the connection? So what that means is that the rust, the galvanized, which is 15 plus years, is starting to do what? It's starting to end its life.
Really, yeah.
And if you don't prime and paint this thing, all right, so I don't got anything on that. Let's take a look at the supports. These are all epoxy bolted into the wall.
Okay.
Do you see any huge tears coming down?
We flood this thing every floor.
Right.
Multiple times.
So do you have any cement problems?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, let's go back. Let's pick on the ladder. We always can find problems on the ladder. You see any joint failures on the ladder?
No.
Okay. Another thing we have to tie in, just so you know, a lot of times these fire escape, standpipes are tied into the fire escape. Is this one tied in or outside the fire escape?
It's outside. It's not connected.
It's not connected
to the building, but not the fire escape.
Right. So that's not part of my inspection because you have guys that inspect these pipes.
Yep.
So there's nothing here. Anything else going all the way up? You see any other issues?
I do not.
Okay. So right now you've got one of the best fire escapes you can ever. Pristine, galvanized fire escape. And if anybody replaces that fire escape, what do you recommend?
Bucket's coming through.
Painted steel or galvanized fire escape for the long-term longevity of a building?
Galvanized.
Galvanized. And keep it painted or not painted?
Painted.
So here's an all brand new. This is fairly new, man. All brand new galvanized. You flood this thing full of water.
We do.
Okay. And do you see any problems starting to occur?
Yeah, we can see a little bit.
Is it structural or is it just surface rust? Surface. So what are you going to tell them to do? You know what you can do with all these right now? You wanna make a suggestion, because as we go up, you're going to start seeing some issues. You can seal these with a Thompson's water seal, because these things are sponges. They'll hold water all day long. They will rot this thing off the building. And it's already galvanized. But if you want to add another 20 to 30 years to this fire escape, you need to seal the cement and then seal the joints. You throw fires on this staircase too or no?
Yeah.
So the sealant will go into the...
You can see the shine on this rail right here?
Yeah?
That's because they're climbing this thing so much every day.
That's so true. Okay, I see all the water.
Yep.
Let's take a look right outside one of the
Let's go right here.
Great May. Oh, there's balconies on the side that we forgot to look at, just so you know. So, all the connections. This is an all welded fire escape. Do I like welded fire escapes?
No, not particularly.
Why are 98% of all the fire escapes in the United States bolted connections, not welded connections?
Because they last longer.
They last longer and they can move when they heat up, and when this thing heats up, this will move. When this heats up, that won't move. So there's a tendency to tear your welds. But otherwise, and then it's got dipped and galvanized. Any problem with dipped galvanized? It's one of the best. All welded. Look at this, all welded. Do you have any problem with this stair?
No, that looks good to me.
Perfect, see? Now, we're not saying that you can't weld, and they welded both sides, underneath and above. Perfect, okay? So, but now you're starting to see surface rust issue? The galvanized is wearing away. If you don't prime and paint this, she'll start having deterioration issues. Okay, looking up, any problems?
No.
Okay, let's take a look at, if we go up one, I think we saw a balcony,
Yeah, there's one up there.
and I think it's one more level up. Yep, let's go take a look. So recommendations that you can do for this building is to seal the cement
Seal cement in the stairs,
in the stairs.
prime and paint the galvanized fire escape.
Yeah, inside and outside. And these waiting balconies, that's what these are called. How many of these in the city you were aware of?
I couldn't give you a number.
So now, do you think that can these pull away from the building and fall?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you're looking at this, what's holding this platform up? My rail connection or my through bolt?
I would say that.
Right, so the through bolt is holding. This is just holding the rail. In some states, they want a through bolt here too. In Oregon, it's not a requirement. So you're starting to see some of the surface rust. In 5 years' time, this whole entire fire escape will be rusted. So minimally, they should paint this fire escape right away. Within the next 2-3 years, if they don't have the money. Otherwise, how many trainees you have? You think you can have a paint the fire escape day from Home Depot, sausage rollers, paintbrushes? Do you think you can paint all these fire escapes with your volunteer manpower?
We could. Do we want to?
Yeah, because it's just a paint job. Is there any special requirement? You need structural overview to get this fire escape done?
No.
So can you have the trainees come in and paint the fire escape? It can be part of their once a year, or you get new trainees every year. Every 2-3 years, you put the trainees painting, and you keep looking out. Does it look pristine? There's nothing here. This is great. If this was a painted fire escape, I guarantee you, even though it's 15 years old, like you said, I would find problems. You got me this time. I got nothing.
Good.
I got nothing on this one. And the reason being is that they put in a brand new galvanized fire escape. So this is great condition.